Hey y'all, let's do a refresher on solving multi-step equations. This will be covered on your benchmark exam, which is on Thursday. So we're going to solve each of these for x, which means we want to get x by itself. We're going to move all of the x terms to one side and all of the numbers on the other. So first thing I can do in this problem is combine 4x minus x as like terms. So 4x minus x, there is an invisible 1 here, so 4 minus 1 is 3. So that's 3x plus 1 equals 19. Now that I've got all of my x's on the left, I'm going to move all the numbers to the right. So to move this 1 over, I do the opposite or the inverse operation, which is subtracting 1, so that those will cancel. The 3x comes down, break down my equal sign, and then 19 minus 1 is 18. So I know 3x equals 18. This is implied multiplication when those two things touch each other. So to undo that, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. My 3's will cancel on the left, and I'm left with x equals 18 divided by 3 is 6. All right, let's look at the next one. For this one, with the 4 out in front of the parentheses, the first thing we're going to have to do is distribute, which is to take that 4 and multiply it through to all of the terms inside the parentheses. So 4 times x is 4x minus, and then 4 times 1 is 4. That's equal to 36. Now I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Those 4's cancel, and I'm left with 4x equals 40. Divide 4 on both sides, and x equals 10. But real quick, I want to show you another way that you could have done this problem. So let me just rewrite it here. Instead of distributing this 4 through, this says 4 times those parentheses. So I could have divided by the 4 straight off the bat, which means that that 4 on the outside and this 4 on the bottom would cancel, which leaves me with this x minus 1 in parentheses, and 36 divided by 4 is 9. So we can actually just drop these parentheses now, which tells me x minus 1 equals 9. Add 1 to both sides, and x equals 10. This only works when you have a number in front of the parentheses, and the only reason that it really works out well for us now is that I know I can divide 36 by 4. So just another way to see the same problem, getting the same answer. All right, let's look at example 3. I have 2 sets of parentheses, so I'm actually going to need to distribute on both sides, and I'm going to do that in the same step. So 4 times x is 4x minus 4 times 2 is 8, and that's equal to, now we're going to distribute here, so 3 times x is 3x minus 3 times 3 is 9. So I get 4x minus 8 equals 3x minus 9. Now I want to get all of the x terms to one side and all of the numbers to the other. So I am going to subtract 3x from both sides. Because it was positive, we have to subtract it to get it to move. 4 minus 3 is 1x minus 8 is equal to, we have to bring that negative down. So it's equal to negative 9. And now I'm going to add 8 to both sides. We don't need to write this 1 in front of the x. We can just write x equals, and negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1. Okay, last step, or last problem. We're going to have to distribute again. This 5, notice here, is negative, so that's going to have to come along with us. The 2x just gets rewritten. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And then negative 5 times positive 1 gives me a negative 5. Equals 3x plus 1. So first thing I'm going to want to do is combine these like terms. So 2 minus 5 is negative 3x minus 5 equals 3x plus 1. Because the x on the left is negative and the one on the right is positive, I'm actually going to move my x terms to the right this time because I like them to be positive. So that leaves me with a negative 5 equals 6x plus 1. Now I can subtract 1 from both sides. And I get -6 equals 6x, which means that x is equal to -1.